used to be a lot harder. First of all, classification stuff, it's basically three things. It's either a location, it's a capability, or it's an operation that's actually occurred. So for me, I don't talk about locations. I don't talk about operations that have occurred. I'm making my own operations up with Project Prometheus, which are all classified. But capabilities is one that when I first started writing, that was a hard thing to get around because I knew how we would do things. And it's, Tom Clancy can take a shot in the dark about how a nuclear submarine works. And then the entire Navy says, how do you know this? I can't do that because I do know how it works and I can't put it in a book. But as I've gone along, it's gotten easier to do because technological revolution, the pace is so quick. It just happens so fast. It used to be in the old days, when I say old days, when I was in the military, you had, there was a queue in the CIA that had all the neat stuff. And nowadays it's all commercial off the shelf stuff. And the people who are actually creating techniques, tactics, and procedures that the military and the classified organizations are using are criminals. They're the ones doing it. I mean, they find out a way to, for instance, an American trader, I used an iRobot to crack a footprint for a house. Well, that's iRobot actually does map your house out and it does go in the cloud. And if you get that, you've got the floor plan for the house. There was nothing classified about that. Criminals had used it and I was like, well, I'm going to use it. There's been several times when I'm trying to find, you don't want to do the same thing in every book, doing it over and over again. And there was a drone in New York City where everybody that goes into Starbucks, their phone would hook up to the Starbucks Wi-Fi. Well, everybody would leave Starbucks with their coffee, go to the first street corner, and these guys hovered a drone over it and spoofed the Starbucks Wi-Fi. Well, everybody's phone thought they were still in Starbucks, and they drained all the information from the phone for personal reasons, criminal reasons. Well, I read about that, and I'm like, I can use that too. So as it's gone on, I never thought I'd have 16 books out, but now it's more research on what is the next thing of the Internet of Things? How can we penetrate this? How can we do that? As opposed to what are the classified stuff the military is doing? I'm sure there's tons of stuff that I'm not read into anymore. So it's gotten a lot easier for me because the distance is getting bigger. So I can now make stuff up. Although I will say there's been times when I've invented something because I didn't want to use a capability. And it turned out that thing was real. And I had to take it out. Because I was on a security contract one time talking about how I'd written the scene, and this guy pulled out a widget, which I won't describe, and said, that is real, and here it is, and I need you to take it out of the book. And I'm like, okay, I guess I will. Other times, people talk about when you write something in the book, are you giving away secrets? Not really, because there's several things in my books that I say the terrorists are using communication method X to talk to each other because they know the NSA can't track that. And I know for a fact they can. So you want to read my book and use that specific communication, go ahead, babe, because you're going to get found.